Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. Working with a partner on this landscape of Dunwoody project has had pluses and minuses. And one of the minuses is that Jennifer's studio is 45 minutes away from my studio. And we really need to go back and forth just to be on the same page and have consistency within this mosaic. So when we kicked it off, we started it in Jennifer's studio. But now I need to be able to work in my studio. So I've rearranged just a little bit and I'll show you guys my setup. Here it is. So this room is in the back of my house. This used to be our family room and I have partitioned off with a bookcase and some other things this back corner. But for this project, I set up 2 additional tables and this storage unit, which was right there, I've moved over here. Now, there are a few things I'm still sort of waiting on. One is this entertainment unit we've tried to get rid of and nobody wants it because it's outdated. So we're still kind of working on that, but I'd like to get rid of that unit. It's just taking up too much space in here. But for right now, this really works well. I've got panels 3 and 4. Let me go around the other side. Panels 3 and 4. And I'm just laying out some stained glass to see the colors and sort of make some decisions. What I will probably do is cut some of them down because it's really hard to tell what's going on when you have such a giant piece there. So I'll probably cut a little bit down and maybe place a little bit in just to see how the colors are working together and make sure. I have to sort of also get approval from Jennifer just to make sure that she likes the same thing that I like and that it's working for the design overall. And that's one of the pluses. It's really nice to run things past another person and just see what they think. So one thing I'm not sure about at this point in time are these inclusions. And the reason is I think they're great. I really like them. But the problem is we won't have them in every section. Some of the sections, like these purpley areas, we might not be able to get fused glass for. And then we might not be able to make the pieces to fit in there. So if we can't make it in all the spaces, do we want it in just some of the spaces? I'm not sure. Some of the glass is irridized, which is amazing. But again, do we want it in some of the areas and not in the others? I was thinking maybe what we could do is do sort of an either or. Either have iridized glass or inclusions, but not both. Maybe that's just overkill. I don't know. So in that case, there's some areas like this last tree trunk that makes the D. It doesn't have either one. So I would need to find some iridized glass to go in that tree trunk. And I'm planning on going glass shopping soon. It's just that I have so much glass already and I'd like to use what I have if I can before I go shopping. Another thing that we have to consider when working with a partner is that we have different schedules. This week, Jennifer is traveling on personal business, and every single week I work all day on Thursday teaching. So we have to be able to be flexible. I still need to be moving forward on the project even when she's gone. And because I'm waiting to hear from her and get her opinion on some of this stained glass, I will be setting some of it up and sort of showing her what I have in mind. But I'm not really going to glue anything until I hear back from her. And because I have to wait on that, I'm going to work more on the fused inclusions, and I'll show you that. All right, so this is our solution. We can't have the boards in both studios at the same time. We have actually already laid in these bottom bushes and all the tree trunks because these are panels 1 and 2. So I have taken just the printed copies and I will be laying in my fused pieces up at the top just to make sure that they fit. I may even face tape them and bring them over to Jennifer's later this week and we will glue them in place. So that's my plan so that I can move forward and we can still be working on panels 1 and 2 at the same time. So useful to finally be able to lay out the pieces. This is all I have left at this one. And as you can see, I need quite a few more and I need some smaller pieces. So I know that'll be at least 1 kiln load. Now for this one, we used it before down there in the bushes. And even though we had selected it, this is all that is left. So these pieces are just a little bit too big. I need some smaller pieces to fit in this one. So this just gives me a better idea of what I need to make, so I'm not making things randomly anymore. I'll make them for a reason because we need them in these certain areas. This area is completely ready to be brought over to Jennifer's house. So I'm putting face tape on the top of it as a test. I'm not sure if these pieces will stick that well, so I'm just going to try this out here. While Jennifer's gone, I've been working on this stained glass area. It is part of the trees, but I meant it as a transition between the trees and the sky. So whereas the sky is blue and the trees are green, this area is more turquoise all the way through, but each section is different. So in between each of the trees, it's different. It's not the same all the way across. I really am pleased with the first one. And now I'm working on some of the other ones. I'm going to switch this one. I'm not pleased with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some different combinations until I am very pleased with it. And then I'll run it past Jennifer and see what she thinks. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm cutting the pieces similar to how the ceramic pieces will be cut. So on the left there, you can see the ceramic piece. And normally I wouldn't cut glass that big. So I want to see what Jennifer will say about that, or if she'd be okay with going a little bit smaller on the stained glass pieces. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm working on that. In the meantime, I'm also making more inclusions. I want to finish this area. I need to make more over there. That one's ready, that one's ready, that one's ready. And I'm out of this glass, so I have to go glass shopping before I can finish that. And if I can't get more of that glass pretty quickly, I might switch it out. We also have a seam right here between the boards, and we've discussed different ways to treat that seam so that the pieces will overlap both pieces once it's installed. So I might save that for last anyway, just because it's on the seam. Complete. Oh, another great load. I'm showing this in actual speed just to give you guys an idea of how long it actually takes me to load the kiln every day. It's averaging me about an hour and a half to cut all the glass and get it loaded. It's just not a very fast process. So my goal is to get 5 loads a week. So if I do 5 loads a week, that comes to about an 8-hour day, although it's spread out all over the whole week. So I'm spending about a day a week loading the kiln. also spending a lot more time on the road. Here I'm driving to a glass shop that's about 40 minutes from my house. I'm meeting Jennifer there to pick out some glass. Another load complete. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Looks great. Here's a look at the glass we picked out. All right. So some of this we just couldn't resist. Some iridized turquoise. So fabulous. This one is going to be key for achieving some of the pinks. This is actually the color that we need. And these two pieces will get there. They just need to be fused in the kiln to get to that color. So I'll be doing that, I guess. Some avocado. This is for the tree trunks and the letter D and Y and W. Some green to mix in. We like this purplish blue. It's iridized. More of a turquoise and purple mix. Very pretty swirls in there. I'm looking for some interesting colors, and we need purples. No, purples are hard to achieve with glass, so anything that's close. And we're going to be mixing it. This one, I think Jennifer wanted this. And then it's the same kind of glass as that. And look how different they are. So different in the color department. But I think we can use it in different areas. When she saw it and I saw it, we both were in agreement. We just had to get it. Not sure where it'll go yet. And then we wanted some of these really nice ring modeled turquoise colors for underneath the trees. And then this is for some of the sky areas inside the O's. I don't know if we'll need this much, but we have it. We're going to maybe mix some of the blues in with the greens as well. And then some mottled green in a lighter color, which is nice. And we got large quantities so that we could repeat it throughout the design in different areas to have some consistency. More turquoise colors. This is for the, right here, the sun coming through. Orangey yellows. And then more greens to mix in. We needed fusible. This is fusible. Fusible. So all the fusibles she wrapped together. I'll be making a few fused inclusions for that sun area, and this will be perfect. Oh. I'm back at Jennifer's and I'm bringing my pieces in, and we're having a decision session where we make some final decisions on the color combinations in both the glass and the tiles for panels 1 and 2. And this will set the tone for the whole rest of the mosaic, so we have to get this right. But now here's my question.
Yeah.
If you look at all of them.
Wait a minute, what's the main one here?
Yellow.
I will look at it.
The yellow one.
The gold, June?
Yeah.
The gold is,
It says yellow on it.
I know. Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yes.
Okay, so now I stand back and I
Alright.
squint.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, they all have yellow in them, except this one. Do we need to switch it then?
Yes.
From green to yellow?
Yes. Something, yeah, I think there needs to be a continuity.
That way the yellow continues.
I think so, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. Switch it. I've already done it, and now you're switching. 5587 was instead of what?
Instead of the green, Sherry's green.
Okay. 87. What's the dominant?
This one. Maybe that is camel.
I got that right. Okay.
Okay. And that one has to be dominant because you've got this
Yes.
yellow dominant
yeah.
there.
No, I agree.
I mean, 2 colors are the same in these 2.
Well, they're not the same, you know. They're a little bit off.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the camel's different than the orange, but it's
Right.
really close.
Close. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now the only other thing isn't we don't repeat some of the colors. This is only in one panel. This is only in one panel. Do we care?
I don't care because we
Okay.
can use this later on down the
Okay,
line.
okay.
And these are minor colors here, so not repeating them at this end is fine.
Okay.
It's more important to get the ones that are going to stand out a little bit more, like the greens repeated,
Okay.
the gray is repeated. Yeah, the
Okay.
rest is all good. Okay, so
I'm ready to roll there.
you're ready to roll there.
Sort of. I got to order them.
Well, some you need to. We're looking at the glass. So
Okay.
does that mean you want me to add another color in each of these combos?
Oh. I don't think so. Another piece of another color of fuse?
No, I'm talking about this band.
Oh, there. Okay.
So remember, that band of color is a transition between the green of the tree and the blue of the sky. So do you want me to add a little bit of blue in it? I can do that. I don't have any yellow in it, really. I could add a little yellow, kind of like we were adding different things down here.
Well, you're lighter over here. Do you?
I am lighter.
Where is your sky? I'm never clear on what your sky is. Like, is this sky?
Sky is this. So the hill, this is the top of the hill right here.
Okay.
And then this little band is sky, and that's it.
Hold on. Top of the hill. This is the thing with the circle in it. Okay. And this thing.
Right directly under my band is sky with the tile.
Okay, and your band goes up. Okay, so this is sky.
Yeah.
And no more sky in this panel.
What are you
Correct?
talking? Between these trees, sky, 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 sky.
Let me see. Do it again.
Sky?
Okay.
Why are you looking at my face?
Yeah, I was looking at you.
I
Okay.
don't
Oh, this is all today.
We need gray.
Gray. Real light. Light gray?
Yeah. This is the lightest blue.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't like that.
In language.
Okay. We just realized we didn't transfer that line, which is on the design over here. Boom. So that divides up the sky nicely, which is
I
why
think
we
so.
had the line
Yeah,
to begin
I
with.
think
So it's a
so.
little bit pinky, purpley. We're, of course, not 100% tied to these colors, but I like that bit of pinky purple
You
there.
like the white in there, Julie?
Yeah. All right. Today we had a meeting. We went over a lot of information. I am going to be adding some more colors in the swath that is underneath the trees. It is part of the trees. We're calling it the transition swath. It is a turquoise color mainly, but I'm going to add some more in there. Jennifer, what are you doing?
Well, we are also trying to figure out what tiles we need to go, because part of this is primarily glass and part of it is primarily tile. And we're trying to figure out, we've got a lot of small sections between the trees and between the hills, and we're trying to make that not monochromatic, but still have the feeling of a certain color flowing through. So it's taken a lot of time today to make those decisions.
Yes. We're tired.
Yes, we're very tired.
So this is where we're leaving off. This is how far we got today. You can see how we roll. We've got codes written down that only we can decipher. We've got sheets and bags and tools all over the place. But hey, it's organized chaos. We know what goes where. We just have to get there. One piece at a time. Complete. Oh, wow. Look how they came out. Those are really pretty. Those are really dark. I don't know if I'll use those. It's interesting. Uh-oh, there's two that got stuck together right there. Nice. Oh no, it's devitrified. This is the first load that I've done that did not turn out right, and I suspect it's the type of glass that I've used. It's lost its sheen, and you can see it didn't melt all the way like the other pieces, and I used the same program that I did before in my kiln. I'm not going to be able to use any of this, which is very, very disappointing. Not sure what I'll do with all these pieces now. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.